This is an exclusive SA Potna fan interview.
Andrea wants to know, what is my ethnicity? My dad is Caucasian and my mother is Hispanic, even though I don't look like I'm half Caucasian.
KK on the
Jamie from Idaho wants to know, what do I like in a woman? Me. Nathan V wants to know, do you think your music is mostly enjoyed for the beats or for the lyrics? Well, since I'm a producer, I would have to assume that it's both of them. You know, they go hand in hand, obviously. So, but the lyrics, obviously, that's what the people, you know, that's what they get attached to the song so much to. So, I'd have to say both though. Christina from Oregon wants to know, what was it like working and touring with T-Pain? T-Pain is a character. He's a fun dude to be around. He's cool. I'd say one of the highlight moments was when we were on tour in Spokane and he brought me on stage at the end of his show, and we had like a little encore or whatever. It was dope. Next question is from Victoria. She wants to know, do you have any plans on putting a female on a track or in a video anytime soon? Well, I don't really have any plans to do that, but I'm definitely not against it. I love working with females because they bring a different element to the songs that I do. So, I'd like to. So next question is from Miranda, and she says, the concept for Save Me, is that based on something that really happened to you, or was it just an idea that came to you? Actually, that's a funny story. That actually came from a real situation. And it was during the time that I was with Flip. We had a concert in San Antonio, and we ended up going back to the strip club that had a studio connected to it. And while he was in the studio, we were kind of sitting out there, and I'm not really into strip clubs, but I was sitting out there, and there was this one stripper that she wasn't really, I guess, acting like a stripper. She was kind of like hiding from me for some reason, and she basically came, sat down, and I kind of got the idea for that song. So yeah, just without getting into too much detail, yeah, it was based on a true story. And that girl's married now, so we won't say any names. But yeah, so I guess you could say it was based on a true story. Carrie wants to know, out of all the places you performed in, what city did you get the most love? Wow, that's a tough one. I would have to say I got a lot of love in Colorado. I did a 4-city tour there, and I'd have to say my fans out in Colorado, they really like me over there. So I mean, Washington's always cool, but so far I'd say Colorado shown me a lot of love. Antonio wants to know, what are your influences, or who are your influences? Growing up, as crazy as this sounds, my mom listened to a lot of Elton John, and at the time I was a little kid and I hated it. I would sit back in the car and she would put on Elton John music, and we would all, you know, my sister and I would tell her to turn it off. We didn't want to listen to that. And over time, we listened to so much of it. It's crazy. Like now, I remember all these old songs of Elton John. But in a weird way, that kind of influenced some of the way I sing to a certain extent. But I learned to appreciate it now that I'm grown. But really, I listen to a lot of '90s R&B. So that's really what influences a lot of my R&B side. Coming from Baby Girl 1024, and it is, was fuck love about a past relationship of yours? If so, how did you get over it? Well, fuck love all came about by, basically, it was a younger part of my life, and I had never been in a relationship where I got played. So this was actually the first one that I got played in, and it was probably the best thing that ever happened to me because it allowed me to see things from a different perspective, which is how I came up with fuck love. So yeah, it was a real emotion. And like I say, you know, if you're watching this, I ain't talked to you in years. If you're watching this, I want to thank you personally, because a lot of my fans came from fuck love. So, and I got over it pretty good. Next question is coming from Lacey, and it says, when you write your songs, do they come from experience? For example, Heartbreaker and Pastime, did a female really break your heart? And is it the same one you talk about in each song? Okay, the answer to the first part is basically how I come up with my songs is from personal experiences, and I'll basically take something that happened to me and I'll get an idea from it, but I never write like a full song about one single person. It's always, I'll get the idea and then I'll basically elaborate on what kind of like a movie based on a true story. It starts from an idea and then you just kind of change it as you go. So that's how my song writing process works. And so no, it's never about the same one. But yeah, a female really did break my heart plenty of times. All right, next question is coming from Michael, and he wants to know, how did I hook up with Clover G's? Basically, I got a lot of questions on the whole Flip situation, and I guess I've never addressed it. So I'm going to kind of give y'all a start to finish thing on how that whole situation happened. Basically, one of my business partners worked with a guy that was shooting videos for Flip, and I started producing for him. We got hooked up that way, and I produced, a lot of stuff that y'all know that I produced for him. The Cooler Than a Fan was the first song we actually did together. After we did that, he wanted to sign me, so we worked out a deal on that. And that was the whole time period y'all saw us together, me, him, and Gutta. And we were doing a lot of work. And basically, just to be blunt about the whole situation, I put in a lot of work. And as far as like the mixtapes, y'all still see the Who Got Next mixtape sitting on shelves. Well, to this day, I never received $1 for it. So, I mean, there's no bad blood between us. It's not like if I see him, it's on site or nothing like that. I was like, but I haven't spoke to him in a while, and it kind of just ended after that. That's all the questions we're gonna take for now. Stay tuned. We'll do another one of these soon.
This has been an exclusive SA Partner fan interview.